guess this way.
Yeah, we're live.
You got it?
Live.
Hi, everybody. I don't think there's probably not even somebody online.
Hold on, I gotta actually set
You
this
never
up.
know.
Okay.
All right. Well, we will get started. Welcome, Miss Camilla Factory. Welcome to On the Purple Couch podcast that is funded by Main Street America and American Express. I'll get into about this grant situation. But for now, I have a guest here, Camilla Factory. I want to read her bio. I was fangirling over the activist work that she does in San Antonio. San Antonio is a very anti-Black city. There's a lot of anti-Blackness that's here. And Camilla was somebody that I found on Instagram. And I thought about when I got this grant, I was like, oh my God, the first person I interviewed needs to be like a real powerful voice. And Camilla Factory was one of those voices that I've been following for a while. So I appreciate you so much for being here. And I want to read your full bio. I know you said it's long, but I want people to know like what the work you've been doing because this is where weathers us, okay? So Camilla Factory identifies as a queer, indigenous, Afro-Latina who is an author, activist, and community advocate. She continues to advocate for reproductive justice, voting rights, Black liberation, and LGBTQIA rights. Factory has served as the founder and president executive director of Black Freedom Factory, an organization that encourages data-driven activism, #redefining professionalism for BIPOC and LGBTQIA communities youth, and dismantling racial inequity across the state of Texas. Factory has actively worked alongside advocates nationwide on issues concerning voting rights as a Central Texas regional organizer for Black Votes Matter, and is currently the senior national coordinator of election protection with the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights Under Law. Factory is formerly a participatory action research fellow for Southwest Folklife Alliance. Her participatory action research focus areas include police accountability and the school to prison pipeline in the interest of grassroots efforts for vulnerable populations. Factory most recently worked with Harvard Kennedy and Generation Vote on research. Hold on, wait, let me pick up the rest. Wait a minute. Generation Vote on her research centering student voting movement at the innovation of LGBTQIA liberation. She serves as the National Advisory Board member for Vote 16 USA, the Women's Bar Association of the District of Columbia, and the UT Mays Cancer Center. Further, Factory is recruiting political commentator for South by Southwest, CNN. You were on Essence Festival recently, MSNBC, ABC News, The Griot, Sirius XM Radio, and has been featured in the New York Times as well as local Texas news media. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Nice to be here, everybody.
So, obviously, I'm a therapist. I don't need to really read my bio, but my name is Jessica, and I have started a Purple Couch Therapy was a practice that I started like in 2019, but it's always was something that I thought about it being more of like a movement. Centering Black women and bodies of culture and families and community. Like that's kind of like how I've always seen it. And so I knew that it wasn't going to be just about we're healing and it's just therapy. Because sometimes in the therapy world, it's just like individual work. So I started doing this somatic abolition work with Dr. Ruslan Dedekind. I don't know if y'all familiar with him, but basically he's helped me guide me through a somatic practice that I use to kind of help ground me, and I want to do it with you, Camilla, just so that we are in a flow, and I'm not like the lights and stuff are on me, like I'm not coming from a place of like performance. Yes. I want us to be like in a nice, deep healing conversation, and you guys can do it with me too. I was supposed to bring paper and pen, but I don't have it. But if you have like a phone or something, you can write it. You can like jot notes on your phone, or you can just do it in your head with me. But let me start off. Let me start off with that first. So if you want to take a breath with me, you can. I feel like I need to take a breath because I feel myself moving fast. So I'm gonna take a breath. If y'all want to take one with me, you can. You just breathe in. So the first thing I want to tap into is just to see like Mia, something that the first place we start is like the vibe. So like you can start checking in with yourself of what you think the vibe feels like. The vibe can be like hard, crunchy, soft. It can be awkward. It can be our time. What kind of vibe are you feeling right now?
I feel celebrated.
Yeah.
I feel loved on. I feel seen. I feel transcendent.
Yeah.
I had very incredible conversations with the folks that joined us today. So I'm feeling like the heaviness that I carry every day feels a little lighter right now. Yeah.
I'm gonna tap into that's the same kind of vibe that I'm feeling right now. When I first got on here, I was feeling like, oh, I gotta use the bathroom, I gotta go after. But now I'm like, I'm digging in. So, okay, so we got B for the vibe. I is, what's I?
Images.
Images. Is there an image that comes up for you based off this vibe that you're feeling? Is there any kind of image? You said that you felt like celebrated.
I do. I feel like the image that I'm seeing and feeling is probably latter. It's grief. I'm thinking of Nolan Wells right now. I'm thinking about how he deserved a beautiful, fruitful life. He deserves to be my age. He deserved healing. He deserved therapy. And he deserved to exist and be free. And so that is literally the image that
That came to your face. Yeah. No, that's been heavy. That's been heavy on my mind too. The image that comes up for me right now is feeling centered around like the people that are around here right now. In terms of like meaning making, M is meaning making. So, what meaning do you make off the vibe right now? Like any like meaning making you're making right now? I feel like you said it earlier, but it's interesting how like this space of like we're in like this grief place, but also like celebrating. I think that's like the story of like we're constantly in this like she's like in your head like it's like grief, but like but we're in joy right now. Let's celebrate this joy.
Yeah, and I think that's the part where I feel transcended, right? Like I'm an Afrofuturist, proud Afrofuturist, and I believe that time is not linear, and I given myself permission to grieve and to celebrate at the same time. While Nolan Wells should still be alive, I'm so happy that he was born.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that I have the space to say his name. So thank you for that.
Yeah. Okay. So the next thing, if y'all going down the list with me, so it's VIM, it's called Vidlasi. VIM, I'm going down the list, and I'm trying to, so the next one is D for behavioral urge. What kind of behavioral urge do you have right now? Do you want to jump out of the room? Do you want to sit here with me? Do we want to tune in more? Like any urge you have right now?
I want to take a shot.
I'm give her a shot. Look, why Shawnee actually going back to the beach?
When in Rome, I think that I'm honored to be in this space. We're about to have a very heavy conversation.
I know. That's why I'm walking us through. Like, let's just slowly.
Yeah,
do y'all see what I'm doing? Y'all see, like, we're just slowly walking through a vibe. I'm like, let's just, like, set the vibe first. Okay.
Yeah.
So, my behavioral urge is actually what's leaning more into you. Because I know I went to that. I'll tell y'all about how we met. But when, like, we were sitting like this. We were, like, locked in. Like,
to see.
Because you don't really find Black women, like you, like, in terms of that has that kind of voice. I feel like really isolated and alone sometimes in San Antonio with the type of work that I do. But we'll get in that later. So I think I was just like so like locked in to like just who you are. Okay. So the next one is A for affect. Affect is like mood. So it could be like anxious. I actually was more anxious at the beginning of this, but now I actually feel more Ventral is like a part of your nervous system where it's like it feels okay.
Okay.
It actually feels okay. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Where's your mood at? Where are you at?
I feel safe. Oh my God, I feel surrounded by incredible people that decided to spend their evening with us, to talk about these things and to witness this conversation. So thank you
Yes.
for being here, and I feel loved, I feel held, I'm ready.
Okay. And then S is for sensations or sensate. So it could be like you could feel hot. Sensate's like, what are you feeling right now? Like, do you feel hot? Or do you have goosebumps? Can you feel like the breeze hit your toes or something like that? Or either do you have like, sometimes when I say sensations, especially in sessions with clients, I'll say like, a lot of, especially Black women describe like heaviness in their chest. So I have high blood pressure. So like when I get real anxious, I feel like there's a weight on my chest, but not today, actually. And so my sensation actually feels, I think it's because you're here, maybe, but I feel like, dang, it took me so long to find out how to do my work where it's allowed. So when you said safe, it's like, oh my God, it was so much like work to get to a place where I can create a safe space. And this took a lot of work to be like in here. So, yeah. Okay, sensations. B, help me out with BIMB.
Imagination.
S.
Imagination.
Imagination! Afrofuturist!
Yes.
What do you imagine? Whew.
My good God, Lord. What do I imagine? Rest. I imagine rest. I was talking to, I think, a couple of folks in here before. I imagined a soft life. I want to can jam and like have dogs and
Chickens?
rub my pregnant belly on a porch or something. You know, like I want.
Like a trial wife?
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
No, but like I think domesticity has been wrapped up in white supremacy, right? And
Yeah.
I feel like the trad wife complex in the 1950s and the 1960s,
Yeah.
like it's only belonged to white women.
Right.
And so as
Right.
Black women, we've had to either be single mothers,
Yeah.
which is a lie, because a lot of Black men are either in their child's life or they're in prison. And why? Because of the prison industrial complex. But now I'm going on a rant.
Yeah, it's okay.
I would just say that,
We're just in your imagination.
yes,
The prison industrial complex does not have to exist in your
Yes,
imagination.
I see rest, I see softness, I see a better skincare routine, I see all this.
You got a good skincare routine.
Thank you.
That's already happening. Okay. Okay, what I imagine is I imagine centering more healing. Not so much like when I first started Purple Couch, I think I thought was like which I was just talking about this with my husband, like, oh, we gotta like fight the system, like fight. And now it's like where I have my imagination is it's like, I'm not fighting. I'm just not fighting. I'm not tapping into y'all shit. That buggery. Y'all not gonna put me in that shit. That's kind of like what I imagine. Now, I obviously, in my body right now today, I still feel like I'm fighting. But I imagine, we're just gonna be centering healing, and healing will look different.
For sure.
It will look different. And it will include rest, because that is truly how you resist.
Yes, that is my prayer.
Yeah, that's really it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. First question. So.
That was a great exercise. Thank
Oh
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
How did it bring you down a little bit, or do you still feel up? How do you feel?
I feel good that I feel grounded. I
Yeah.
feel like the fact that I can identify those feelings.
Yeah.
And those emotions.
It helps.
It's nice.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that was great. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's Dr. Resma Medican. That's his practice. I just borrowed it. You know what I mean? Like, bring it into the session. Okay. I actually have questions that I typed up for you that I put on. That I'm not gonna say. Okay, yeah, I did write them in Claude, but they're my questions. I just asked it to help me. I'm not in. Okay, I have a lot of thoughts. Okay. I promise. Okay, so I want to first talk about like how Camille and I met. I kind of said it earlier. I was like, oh, I want this person to be the first person I interviewed for, because it has to be somebody you connect with locally. I don't really find a lot of voices here in San Antonio that are really like saying what they think about the mayor, like like really.
I love to do that.
You know what I mean? Like you just don't really find it. Like you just don't really find it, and so that's what made me so interested is your voice. I think that your voice is just so incredible. And I first want to talk about like, so I didn't know if she was gonna be like she was on social media, and so I was like, well, we need to meet. Like we should probably meet, like to see. And so Camilla came here. We were sitting in there. I was sitting in a chair right here. She was sitting on the couch, and we just started hitting it off. Like we were talking about all kinds of stuff, like just random. And she was like, girl, like, I was like, I think I need to go get a drink or a happy hour or something. I don't know how we got that conversation, but we went to happy hour. And that's when it really started. So we went into happy hour. As soon as we sit down, we're talking about, the whole point of this event was, this month is BIPOC, what's it called? BIPOC mental, I'm sorry guys, I had a baby 9 months ago, so my brain, so you have to forgive me, my brain, sometimes just stops mid-conversation, but I'm not a big fan of the BIPOC, but that's a different thing. But it's BIPOC is Black Indigenous people of color. That's not my favorite way to describe that, but that is what month it is. July is BIPOC Mental Health Month, and that's why we were wanting to talk about microaggressions. And I was saying how microaggressions land like bombs. They're I call them macroaggressions, and they land like bombs and they make you disassociate. So disassociate is basically just like your brain protecting you from feeling pain. And your mind goes to another place. And I think like, for me, I'm pretty numbed out from microaggressions. You know what I mean? Because I think we experience it a lot here in Texas. And so as we're talking about what are we going to talk about on the podcast,
ironically,
do you want to tell them what happened?
Yeah, so this white
You're like, let me get it out.
Let's get into it. So this white woman, abrasively, comes up to the stool that I'm sitting on. We're in like a very like intimate bar setting, or I think like the bar counter. It was like a sushi spot, whatever. Mm-hmm. So she grabs my purse and the chair and goes, "Can I sit here?" I'm like, I guess. You know, why are you touching my purse? Whatever. But immediately, it was like, damn, we're never alone. Is what it gave. And so we both gave each other that look.
I was like, I knew we should have said tomorrow. That's what I was thinking, because I knew I wanted to get in deep conversations with you. Yeah. And I didn't want that white lady sitting there looking at me in my mouth. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And mind you, so my back was turned, and I was facing Jess, and Jess was facing me, and the white woman, right? I'm ready to throw down, so I don't care. I don't care if I'm at the bar, I don't care if I'm at the table.
This is my first time meeting Camille.
So, whatever. The whole time we're sitting there, she keeps interjecting herself, interrupting us. You know, I'm trying to get the bartender's attention, and she's like, his name is da-da-da. I'm like, okay. So, we'll fast forward, we're engaging in conversation deeply, and did she tap me?
She did.
She tapped me. I was totally 2 martinis in.
Yeah.
I was totally 2 martinis in. She taps me and she goes, I just have to tell you both this story. Like, you know, your hair is so beautiful.
Yeah, she was telling me my hair.
Yeah. And tell me if I'm like that.
No, you're doing it right. Yeah.
And she says something to the effect of, recently she saw a Black woman with hair very similar to Jess's, and that she just felt this urge to pull it.
Oh,
she's like, and I just pulled it, and she just told me no, and I said, literally, y'all's reaction. I said, why would you pull her hair?
Yeah,
like that was my first immediate, and then she saw I was ready to.
And I was like, just drop it.
Yeah, and so then I was like, no, but that is my resistance, right? Like, if I'm asked a ridiculous fucking question, I'm gonna be like, what makes you say that? Yeah. Why would you touch her hair?
Yeah. And she was like,
what's the reaction?
It wasn't a hard touch.
Yeah. And she was like, and the moment that I challenged that, she, you know, white supremacy. It's like, oh my God, I'm being attacked.
But people don't know that that's white supremacy.
Yeah.
like people think white supremacy is like what do you call it? The people, the proud, like the real,
Yeah.
you know, extreme.
For sure, but
Yeah.
but I feel like as Black folks, we have
We're
this,
just so used
it's in
to,
our DNA
yeah.
to know when we're unsafe, right?
But we're so used to like just catering to it, and that's what I learned a lot with the difference between how I responded even and how you responded. Like the way I responded, I was like, just, you know what I mean, like a millennial. Because I'm just like, shh, you know what I
And
mean?
Gen Z, I'm
Yeah.
like, nah.
She's like,
because also Jess, for me, it really was less about her. It was more about you, right?
No, I appreciate
You are a
that.
Black woman. I will protect you. I will die for you.
I love you. I know.
And genuinely, to even assert that is violent.
No, it was violent. It
Because
was.
what was the point of that? What were you supposed to say? Oh, bullet! Like what?
Like what it makes me think of is when we talk about white supremacy, we're talking about like the center of which a lot of, and not only like white body people. I use the word body because I want you to see it as like a body. Like these are bodies. You know what I mean? So that's how I'm describing people. Like this is an actual body who like came and like invaded our space. But I think a lot of white women think they have the privilege to like invade our
They own
space.
us. In
Yeah,
their
like,
minds, in
They
their
think they
DNA.
can just like in their head, they think that they can just like do that and it's nothing. Like, oh, I just did that. And then like went out your way to even tell me. Why would you even tell me something like that? This is how we meet. So we're meeting to talk about racism in San Antonio. And then it actually happens in real time. So we were like, we're gonna discuss this, okay? But that was our introduction to each other, and I wanted to ask you about. I'm not sure, something I wanted to ask you about. I didn't ask you about last time was what's it like tapping into your sacred rage? So when I hear you tell me about your story, I can hear like your mother's story, like your grandmother's story. You haven't even told me their stories, but I can hear like something really old inside of you that you carry, that you put to the streets and in your activism. Like, what have you tapped into that in your healing journey, or do I sound crazy saying
No,
that?
okay. Not at all. Because honestly, so this is kind of a fun fact. When I public speak, I don't ever write anything.
Nice.
At all.
Yeah.
Nothing. And I learned this a long time ago when I started organizing. I basically I envision myself as a vessel.
Mm-hmm.
And I give my ancestors permission to speak through me.
Mm-hmm.
And it happens. And truly, I kid you not, after my speeches, sometimes, people are approaching me. I mean, I black out. Like, I genuinely don't remember what I said. And when I go back and I watch that footage, I'm like,
You're like, I didn't even know
what?
I knew something was up.
What's that?
I'm like, I see you, and I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah.
she's speaking like from the depth of
Yeah.
her soul.
Yeah, and I think that's a power that we all encapsulate, right? We all have the power to invite our ancestors in and to live our life with them because they lived their life for us. And so that is how I envision Sacred Rage. My beautiful, incredible mentor / best friend, Dr. Martina McGee, she introduced me to Eloquent Rage by Brittany Cooper. And it's a book, it's called Eloquent Rage, and it really, I read it, I think in my early 20s, and it really like invited me to lean into my rage.
Yeah.
And to like, my rage is valid.
Yeah.
My rage is generational.
Yeah.
And my rage, like, you're not gonna gaslight me out of this power and this feeling that my ancestors have like intertwined into my DNA. Like, you're wrong. Like, systemically, you're fucking wrong.
Yeah. No, I love that. I can hear it in your. I mean,
I know.
You're like,
I'm
so,
right now.
right? You're like, so, and yeah, no, I can hear it in your.
Where you at?
What's crazy about rage is like it shows up in so many different ways. I think yours has showed up in a way. I think the reason too why you can use your voice so well is because you've been on a long healing journey. I don't think people can express their rage like the way you do unless you are on some kind of healing journey. And I know that recently I saw you post something on Instagram about you've been doing therapy for a while. What's that like? Like being an activist, but also doing this healing work? Because I feel like they go hand in hand. If you're an activist and you're not doing healing work,
Yeah.
I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what, you know?
Yeah. So, I'll preface this by saying I was 20 when I was on CLA. So I was on national television. I used to read the comments. Oh my God. I stopped doing that a long time ago. But I was on national television, which I did not know opened me up to death threats,
Wow.
hate mail, just like the whole nine. Nothing prepared me for that. And so I feel like at some point in my early 20s, I got to a point where I was like, this is like a lot to carry. Like I can't, I need to offload this, right? Like it's not healthy to basically, as an organizer and activist, you are the community's keeper. So you're the vessel. And then like what you do with all of that power that community gives you, right? And so, yeah, I think that I would say at about like 22, I started my therapy journey. I started cognitive behavioral therapy, and my therapist is beautiful. She's a Black woman. Hey, Rosine, if you see this.
She's gonna proud of you.
Yes. But my talk therapy journey, I think we talked about this, right? Therapy is not something that I push down anybody's throat.
No.
Right? I do.
I'm a therapist, and I really, I mean, I should be pushing it down people's throat, but I know the harm that can come with therapy too. And so it's like, it's a lot of education. It's a lot of education on how to find a therapist. It really is. I struggle with finding therapists all the time.
Mhm.
I've been in therapy since I was 22, but I've had a lot of therapists.
And that's power, right? Because to say this is working,
I can walk away. That's what I tell people. I'm like, if it's not fit, then go.
I've been through 4 psychiatrists.
Yeah.
One
Oh,
of which
yeah,
did not have your
psychiatrists
camera
are-
on.
Well, psychiatrists are not, that's the thing, psychiatrists are not therapists, and they're gonna hold your feelings, but they're gonna help you get some medicine.
But even then, right, the care
I
that
know,
should
it's
come with
hard.
Western medicine.
That,
right?
yeah, I'm like,
It's
and
like
that,
a whole thing, and it's like, no, this isn't vibing. It's not clicking.
but you still need your medicine. Though.
But I also don't trust you if you don't believe
Right.
me. Exactly. If you don't believe me, I don't
Yeah.
care about your degree and what you can prescribe me.
Right.
Bye. I will go back to the next. So I've been through 4. Shout out to my current psychiatrist. She's great. Black woman as well.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't even know what was the question. Did I
No,
answer?
we were just talking about your healing journey, like being an activist, because I think like a lot of people, I think that you're gonna be somebody that like people read about even when you're like gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, like Rosa Parks did yoga. Like no one knows. Did y'all know that Rosa Parks did yoga? No, I didn't know that until I saw it on Instagram. I was like, Rosa Parks did yoga?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And I actually, so like, that's what it was. I was prefacing, like, being on national news media in my early 20s was very destructive, right? I was not equipped with what came for the public eye. I did not have a 20-year-old life. I still don't have a 20-year-old life. So all that to say, cognitive behavioral therapy really helped me process these emotions in my personal life, because my personal life was something that I had to learn to kind of like keep separate from the image that I suffered.
creative. Yeah.
Suffered
Yeah.
at the hands of like local news media and
Yeah.
this like angry Black woman trope that
Yeah.
I am suddenly put into. I'm a mascot, I'm holding a bullhorn, I have a fist up, I'm angry
Yeah.
all the time. So like
Yeah.
therapy was a space to like offload all of that.
Yeah.
All that to say, you are correct. I hope and I pray that it starts with me and others in my generation of activism, because when you hear Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, James Baldwin.
Dr. Martin Luther King worked with Thich Nhat Hanh, which was like, he just, work. Like,
Yeah.
he did a lot of like meditation and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
He did.
Yeah.
And John Lewis.
We
as
don't know
well.
this stuff.
We don't. And that's the thing.
You have to have that. to
That's
do
the
activism.
thing. And just like they want pictures to remain black and white for less than 20 years ago, they also want us to believe that they don't want to humanize
I know.
activism.
I just realized the black and white thing. I was like, I think my husband said that. He was like, did you realize like they put Martin Luther King in black and white as if it was a long time ago? And I never thought about that. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
They had color cameras then.
Yeah. And it is strategic, but at the same time, I do hope that it ends with me, right? I want to be identified as like fun facts. Like, yes, I will read the mayor for filth, absolutely. But I also am a dog mom. I'm very clumsy.
Yeah.
I need to get an oil change.
Yeah. Like,
Truly.
like
I
normal
need to
things.
actually get gas. Like, I need paper towels.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I forget grocery items. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a human being, and just because I am a Boricua tornado fire who's
Right.
ready to dismantle white supremacy and patriarchy doesn't mean that I am not soft. Because I'm very soft.
Absolutely.
I'm very soft.
Yeah, no, you are soft. What's it like being an activist like this in San Antonio, in a place where it is very
Traumatized.
Yeah.
It's extremely traumatized. I think,
I know. That's what I mean by the good bossy. It's like, oh, like that's how much death is in there. Like that's how much it
Yeah.
It's,
yeah.
There's no words.
Yeah. I think, ooh. I feel like currently in my healing journey, I'm challenging myself to hold myself in every year of my 20s, and my inner child is my work currently, because the
You got a kid. You got a
anti-blackness,
kid.
right?
You got a little Camilla.
She right here. But truly, the way that my body, my mind, my spirit has been attacked, I feel like I've lived several lifetimes. And I've come to the conclusion that it is this land.
Yeah, it is.
Like the history
The
of this
land
land,
is
the
sick.
blood in this land,
Yeah.
stealing this land from
Yeah.
indigenous people, like you can feel it
It's
in
sick.
San Antonio,
Yeah.
and but the anti-blackness is I'm struck. As you can see, I'm struggling to even encapsulate how violently I've been treated.
Yeah. The only reason why I know why the anti-blackness is so bad is because I have purple couch therapy and we center blackness here. So like I just hear countless stories of clients just experiencing so much. A lot of the clients are kids, just experiencing so much anti-blackness here in San Antonio from just anything, just from being in school, their hair, like. It just caused so many mental health issues. You know what I mean? It's like
in a city that is technically and I think
it's supposed to be diverse.
But the thing about anti-blackness is people understand that blackness is not a literal race, right? It is proximity to literal heritage and culture,
Yes.
right? So people don't like the conversation about Palestinians being black, right? About blackness is even Mexicans, right? The darker you were, the lower you were in class.
Yeah.
And so all of those things, it's anti-blackness is just pervasive. It's exhausting.
Very
Watch
exhausting.
the World Cup.
Yeah.
You see how many black people in every country.
Yeah. In the World Cup. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that, when I think about anti-blackness, I decided a long time ago that I would give my life's work to this.
Yeah.
And I don't care how many times it knocks me down. I don't care how many, egos I have to step on.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucking not.
Yeah. I think it weathers you. I think this work I think it really weathers you a lot. It's weathered me. And that's why I kind of got back into my little hole, because it's hard to do this kind of work, to even go out and be say the word white supremacy. What is white supremacy? And not only just white supremacy, but then the intersections of being black and being a woman and queer, like you're saying, all these different intersections, the structures that we're fighting against, and it gets very old. That's why I wanted to do this kind of event where it's can we create? When I'm here with just my clients one-on-one, it feels safe. I don't know where Precious is. Oh yeah, there you are, Precious. I'm I don't know if that's how it feels for you and your clients, but when I'm here with my clients, it feels like this. And they always tell me they're not my clients, they're my people. But they're the community. But they always tell me it's yeah, Jessica, it's safe in here because when I go out there, you know what I mean? And it's that's how you know it's not just therapy, it's both.
Yeah.
It's both. We need both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do. All the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
I'm also getting over a cold, so it looks like
No, you're okay. I wanted you to tell people about your work with Black Freedom Factory, and I was gonna bring up the Black Panthers, but you told me that
it's a complicated story.
the Black Panthers I've always thought was a good organization. I like their socialism. I like their. I think a lot of people think the Black Panthers is this like. I don't know. I've been accused of being called like radical and stuff, and I'm like, I just want people to be safe, and I want Black people to be safe, and I want that's really it. Like I am so like you said, just a girl. Like you know what I mean?
Just a girl.
I'm just a girl, but I want people to be safe. But I think that like in terms of their like socialism, that makes sense. And I know you said you studied alongside of them, and I was wondering what did you bring from that to the Black Freedom Factory, but also like it's hard to do this work with doing Black activism because then we experience patriarchy.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you want to talk about
We
that.
can always walk away from it, by the way. You can always say, you're misogynist, you're patriarchal, and you're problematic, and I don't want to work with you. Even though you're like a facing liberation movement, right? Like, that's okay. It's okay. We all have free will.
like Cesar Chavez, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
People who like
Fuck what he did.
who
Fuck
admire-
what he did. I'm
Yeah.
so happy that the name was changed, right? And like, that's a step towards changing rape culture.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
Black Freedom Factory. I founded it in 2020. George Floyd was murdered. I had just graduated college, and I was on a pre-law track. So I was literally supposed to take my LSAT. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was supposed to take the LSAT 3 weeks after he was murdered. And at the time, I had started protests in San Antonio. Like, I was like leading the Black Lives Matter movement in San Antonio.
That's how I.
And so, fun fact, Ron Nuremberg told me good luck on my LSAT the day that I took it.
Well,
Yeah. Anyways, that's another story.
okay. We'll get it. Yeah, one at a time.
Yeah.
But,
But
oh, thank you.
Village.
I know. Right? It looks like this, but y'all got there's People's Village online. Does it?
Somebody handed this, somebody handed
Right.
that. But yeah, so I took my LSAT. The morning that I took my LSAT, Toyin, who was another Black organizer in the country, her body was found.
Oh my God.
And I tanked my LSAT, and I took it home because it was COVID.
Yeah.
All the things. This was my second LSAT. And so I was going to go to OU Law, and I quickly, they had courted me
That was gonna be
through.
expensive.
Well, you know, I was working on scholarship.
I know. I was about to say. I'm like, I hope we're getting a scholarship.
But they had courted me through my undergrad. Like, I was like a shoe-in
Well,
almost.
they were trying to get you.
Because I'm a legacy there.
Yeah.
That's another conversation.
Oh, okay.
But yes, so I was going to go to OU Law. My LSAT score wasn't appeasing, and I said, you know what? I cannot sit in a law school for the next couple of years. I need
And
to
that's
make
what,
change.
and
right
I'm
now.
gonna tell you right now, as a therapist, the people that I know that are in law school, it's a struggle. The racism is really bad.
Yeah,
Really
it's like
It's really bad.
and so I founded Black Freedom Factory through the protest. I needed something to function under. I needed a brand.
Yeah.
I needed somebody to identify with accountability.
Yeah.
And so that was how Black Freedom Factory was founded. I was in town halls with the mayor. I was pressing the police department about their budget and where that was going.
Yeah.
I was having conversations with Centro about Black art and the future of Black art in San Antonio. You know, I feel like a lot
I've
of
done a little
people.
bit better with that.
Yes, actually.
Because of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, really.
I would take
I'm like,
that
I just, yeah.
No, but truly, like those conversations.
You
were-
know, San Antonio made racism a public health issue in 2021.
Yes, I was at the table
Was
for
it?
that.
Good. Okay.
Alongside, by the way, other activists, right? Like, it was because of other folks that stepped up to the plate and locked arms with me and wanted to lead that this happened, right? I don't at all take sole responsibility for the movement
Oh,
in
yeah.
2020.
Yeah.
I do
Just
think
your
I was
voice.
a very loud voice.
Yeah, your voice. Your voice.
But I will say say that Black Freedom Factory was founded out of that. I found myself being an executive director of an organization at 22. It's crazy. With the board, with all the things.
You're so grown up. like,
And so
as
I
an ancestor running the stuff, you just in the body. You
ran
just
into the ground, and I definitely, but I will say too, I see my dear friend Lauda over there and back there, Lauda. I remember the day that I stepped into the protest. She came up to me, it was before it had started, and she handed me a shell with matches and gobal. And she blessed me before the march, and she was like, "Sister, I'm in solidarity with you." She had her 2 kids at the time, and they were running around. She was in motherhood, but she still. I'll never forget that moment of Indigenous and Black solidarity. And I truly know for a fact it is because she said that she blessed me that I made it through that march safely, because that was the first one. There were over 20,000 people there.
Yeah.
And the next day was when I discovered. I know I'm going on a tangent. We're talking about that. But the next day,
this is a like ADHD.
Thank you.
Complex ADHD friendly place. Okay, so we're gonna go on a tangent, but I'm gonna tell you something. We're gonna get back. We're gonna get back.
So the next day, I don't even know if I ever told you this, Lauda, but the next day I had an interview with NPR, National Public Radio, and it was like the interview, and I was freaking out. I was raised Baptist Christian, a lot of trauma. And I had kind of like
a lot of trauma.
I had abandoned that religious practice in college because I was queer,
Yeah.
And so I did not know what to do, and I saw the shell, and I saw the cobal, and I saw the match, and I lit it. 10 minutes before my interview with NPR, and that day I said, I gave it to the ancestors. I said, please guide me. Please guide me, because I know for a fact that you existed, and I need you. I need you right now. I need you to guide me. I'm lost. I'm scared, and I only feel you. That's the only reason I'm speaking it. Ever since that day, I have never wanted or needed anything in my life. And so that was how Black Freedom Factory was born.
I love that. That's so amazing. Thank you for being here. Before we go, I want to ask you, I don't really want this conversation to end, but I know we have to go. But I want to ask you, so what does healing from the fuckery mean to you? When me and you had talked about, I told you that it's difficult for me to be. So when I first started Purple Couch, I had this. I wish I could have just been a normal person, just hire regular therapist, be normal. I have these really difficult interview questions in terms of people's insight on anti-Blackness, white supremacy. I have those in the interview questions, and I was like, it's so hard to do it that way because it's hard to find therapists that way, even if they are people of color. You know what I mean? There's a so it's and we all have I tell everybody we all have some white supremacy. We're all healing from white supremacy in some kind of way. I think for Black people, our healing looks different from everybody else on what that looks like. But my question is that I try to lead this practice through a Black feminist lens, and I've always had a lot of resistance to that, to the people that maybe have worked here or it just feels like it's such a crazy concept, which I don't feel like it is, because Black feminist work is such a loving. It's it's bell hooks. It's basically let's learn how to love with accountability, and let's learn how to practice not to have domination, and let's patriarchy's hurting men too, so let's not do that. You know what I mean? But that there's so much resistance to that as a trying to be a therapist.
Yeah,
I shouldn't have put podcast with just LCSW, because now I'm like, man, I don't want those credentials on there because I want to be able to say whatever I'm going to say. And now
and you should and you can, you will.
I know. They'll just have to call people on me. I don't care.
Call me.
But
no, not a problem. Call me.
But to me, Black feminist lens is we are healing from a capitalist white supremacy, patriarchy, homophobia, like all these structures that make it so difficult for us to be able to just be free. But like, what does healing from the fuckery mean for you? Like, do we have? I'm just wondering if we have the same. Because when I say the fuckery, I'm talking about that shit that you're caught. I'm talking about like that lady who asked me about my hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's the fuckery. Like, what is healing from the fuckery mean to you? Because I feel like I'm always caught up in the rapture of it sometimes. I'm like, that's why I kind of stay. Purple Couch is my little like bubble. I'm in my own bubble. I actually don't know what people's political views are anymore. Like if it's not about Black liberation, I don't know anymore.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm in my own bubble. But
Yeah.
tell me for you, like, what is healing from the fuckery mean for you? Because you've been doing it for a while.
Since 20. Before
Before then, trauma.
Maternal trauma. Anyways, that's another podcast. But
I know.
truly, I'm gonna be really raw and uncut here, right? The deepest cut I have ever had in my life has come from my own people.
Right. Yes.
And when we face these microaggressions, when we are cut off or murdered, right? We see it coming. History tells us that we have been colonized, that we have been stolen from, that we've been pillaged, right?
Yeah.
But I think, and I know, and this goes back to the Black Panther conversation, right? I had an experience with the Black Panther Party that I was just like, you're rooted in misogyny, like you're rooted in patriarchy, and if you like, and I think two truths can exist at the same time in this movement, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can be pro-liberation, you can have a free food program, you can
Mm-hmm.
advocate for your community, but you can also abuse the women
Yeah.
in your tribe, right?
Yeah.
Like you can also
Yeah.
be a rapist, you can
Right.
also be an abuser, right?
Right.
And so I think my prayer, my hope, and my healing
Mm-hmm.
is that we get more comfortable in these organizing spaces to call out the fuckery. Because the fuckery really cuts deeper when it comes from your homie, when it comes from your ally, when it comes from someone that looks all skin folk and kinfolk.
No. Yeah.
And truly, like, the deepest, like, the most gut-wrenching heartbreak I've ever experienced has come from people that I've trusted because we're together in this, and that's just not the case. So white supremacy is well and alive in these spaces.
Yeah.
And the sooner that we can say, this is my abuser who also fights for Black liberation,
Out loud. Yeah.
and someone believes them,
Right.
the closer we are to liberation. So change
Absolutely.
rape culture and inclusion,
Ooh.
basically.
Change rape culture. That's it. That's feeling a fuckery. That really is actually because United States was founded on like human trafficking and rape.
Absolutely. And land back. Shout out to the Gabuli, to the land of the Yanawana, right? We're on occupied territory. We are literally amongst powerful ancestors that sowed seeds that this river walk is dusty and green on. You know what I mean? Like, true. So, anyway. Y'all got me going on.
I know we can go on for so long, but I know people got to go home.
Yes.
I know we did some real CP time with this, so I appreciate everybody's just patience. I've never done a live podcast. This was literally just an idea, and I want to thank you so much, Camilla, for agreeing to be on here. I was scared. I was like, she was like, yes.
Thank you for thinking of me.
Absolutely.
I
Yes.
freaked out. I was like,
Yes.
oh my God, they don't exist.
My imagination is creating a safe place for Black women. I think like if we create a safe space for Black women, if we look through the lens of like a Black trans woman actually, then the world
Shout out to Black trans women.
the world would be a better place. Like that we actually could care for then we have care everywhere. You know what I mean? So thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the people that are just like here, like, okay, let's do a live. I've never been to this. Y'all just down. I appreciate y'all, the village. I appreciate y'all so much. My husband Tony, thank you. Ryan, creative director. The therapist of Purple Couch Therapy, like, hold Purple Couch Therapy down so much. Please shout out to Nat, Precious, Ashlyn. I don't know where Ashlyn is. Thank you so much. Thank you to Deshaun, the photographer. Thank you to Shawnee Sips, my best friend over here with the mocktails. I appreciate everyone who is here right now. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, and Free Palestine, Trans Lives
Free
Matter,
Palestine,
Black
free
Lives
condo,
Matter,
listen.
what else?
Buckeyes.
Black
Black
Lives
Lives
Matter,
Buckeyes.
Y'all never took your shot.
in my drink.
Oh no, we never. We'll take it later. We'll take
Okay,
it
and go vote,
Oh, don't
please.
worry.
That's it.
Okay.
They're gonna take my license from me after this podcast.
But no, for real, and rest in power to Nolan Wells.
Yes,
Rest in power to the father that was murdered in Houston by ICE. You know, in Houston, yes, a beautiful father was murdered by ICE. So it's like
They're building ICE detention centers here. They have one here already.
Very bothering.
yeah, and shout out to
And
Tommy
that is
Howard,
so
Commissioner Tommy Howard, the active rights act, you know.
Okay.
But you know, I definitely I just wanted to round this out with free Sudan, free Congo, free the stolen lands, right? Land back and solidarity. The closer we are to locking arms and truly locking arms, the closer we are to liberation.
Yeah, I do hope to. Thank you, Janet, for asking that. She asked me if I could do more of these. I'm supposed to do more of these. I have a 9-month-old baby. I may have to bring her next time.
Mm-hmm.
My 2 older daughters are watching her right now, so thank you, Julia and Bria. Hopefully everything is okay when we get home. But no, I do want to do another one of these. I would like to do another one for domestic violence month. So like either the end of September or beginning October. Obviously, we ain't gonna have all this food. It's not gonna be like this, y'all. So don't expect that. But it's gonna be like I think that this is another way for us to engage with each other, where it's not like you're just listening on headphones. You actually see real people, you know. So, but thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Went 16 minutes over.
That was not bad.
Then it was like, when is it gonna be over? I was like, 30 minutes. Okay, it was over than 30.
Oh my god. Like was I on tangents? Like, oh my god. It was great.
It's okay.
Tangents are part of it.
Tangents are hard.
Tangents are all of it, actually.
Yes.
You're talking about, I just want to say, like, I appreciate y'all being here. I don't know what it feels like in y'all's body when you bring up words like white supremacy and stuff like that, and race, even though we're all, you know, it brings in like 300 years of suffering into the room. So that's why I kind of did the Vivasi thing to just like, okay, let's just like, this is not normal conversation.
We need to do a
Like,
stream. Like, if we did a stream, send me down in front of a stream.
You know, going on
I'll be out there
and on.
24 hours. I'll be like, and next
You're so good.
Anyway.
whose phone is this?